Alright, hey guys, Simon here, and we're back in Minecraft and doing something a little simple today. We're gonna build a bridge. So, we're gonna build a bridge that way, but also that way. Just let me explain. So, the last bridge we built was there, and that was to more easily access the water temple area there, or the lagoon. And so this time we're building a bridge that way, and obviously it's to, more easily access that part of the map. So the bridge is going to be like a tripod. It's going to have like 3 legs to it. I'm thinking the center of it will be around about here, and then it'll bridge across that way, it'll bridge across that way, and it'll also bridge across that way. I don't have any really clear plans aside from that, so I think I'll just, figure it out as I go. Now I'm thinking, let me just, let's see, here maybe? So if we go here, let me just pillar up to see what's going on. So we can go diagonally, actually no, I want to forward a bit more, don't I? Maybe I do. Let's see, we can go diagonally across there, and then to there, and then turn and go that way. So the bridge comes across there. The bridge also goes across there. No, yeah, I want it further that way. Just so it's I want to avoid that tree there. And we also want to, keep it shorter, like more there, and then across. Well, we can't do much about that tree. Might have to demolish it. And then we go that way. Or I can just, bend it around. That's not a big deal. Alright, now, so that's the plan, I guess. Now, how high should should we make this bridge? Let me just think. That bridge is actually quite low to the water. It looks good when you're crossing it, but I actually want this one to be a bit higher because it actually crosses across quite a bit of water here. That's all ice, so it's not good. I was thinking like if I have boats here, then I would want the bridge a bit higher. So then, the boats going underneath it would be a bit better off if the bridge was like a few blocks higher than that. But it's mostly ice here anyway, so I don't know if I'm gonna do a lot of boating. But at least over here, I guess that's like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, so there's like a 3-block gap between the water and the bottom of the bridge. That's alright. Let's make it a 5-block gap over here though. So what do we say? We said, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5. And we said we were gonna put it further that way. So diagonally, it's easier because everything in Minecraft is square. It's easier to do it either square or just straight diagonal. Like if you choose just an arbitrary angle like that, it's quite, it's more complicated to get it to work. So I'm just gonna try to keep it simple by having it so that if we do it like a straight diagonal like that, yeah, this spot looks good for it. In fact, 1 square forward. Yep, okay, let's make this I guess the center point for the 3 legs of the bridge. And this probably is better off if we do that. And let's just get rid of those for now because we don't really need them. Right, so if that's a center point, and I guess, the other question is, should I have it an odd number or an even number? So if it's a 3-block wide, So this is another thing in Minecraft, because everything is blocks. Like, you wouldn't consider this, well, I guess you would in real life design, but it's not as fundamental anyway. I'm kind of mumbling to myself. So if it's a 3 block, or if it's an odd number of blocks, then you have something in the middle. Like you have a single line in the middle, whereas if you have an even number of blocks, then it's 4, then you don't actually have a block right down the middle. I mean, it's not like either is inherently good or bad, but it's just that it's something to consider. Wait, did I? 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't. I was meant to go 1 block higher, wasn't I? Right. So I was meant to do it there. So the bridge will be this high. That's good. I think I want it to feel slightly taller. So I'll get rid of those things and... Alright, let's get back up here. So diagonally, let's just build across. And this is, I'm afraid, there's no real shortcuts to doing diagonal things. So this might take a little while. In fact, let me do this off screen. I don't want to waste too much of your time showing things that aren't really that important. Alright, so as I said, we go that way and that way and that way, and the bridge looks like that so far. So the idea is, where it's above land, it's gonna be a solid causeway, I guess you'd call it, like an elevated path. Should I make it solid or not? Yeah, I'll make it... Yes. I'll... I guess I'll make it mostly solid and then make a little, you know, tunnel in the middle so you can get through, and maybe like a... No, that's fine, yep. So it's mostly solid. And then across the water, obviously it's going to be raised. So the next thing I'm thinking I need to do is to figure out where it starts to, you know, go up diagonally. You can see that there. It goes down that way, and again I'm mumbling to myself. I'm just kind of looking at this and seeing what looks good and what doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, so I guess I'll put it there. So diagonal, and then straight across, and then diagonal there. Right. So I'm thinking it should start slightly back from the edge of the water. Let's say around about, I don't know, here. So unlike most of the things I do, or unlike most of the things I build in Minecraft, I'm doing this mostly by eye. I mean, usually I kind of draw plans and figure out circles and all sorts of stuff, but this time I'm just going to do it mostly, you know, just based on what it looks like in the game. So let's just step back a bit and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like, I'm not too fussy about this particular bridge. It's not gonna be a... It's not like it's a major project. It's more just a pathway to get to that side. And if you're wondering, yes, I am gonna build something over there, and that's why I'm building this bridge now, so that when I start work on that, it's gonna be a bit easier. But we'll get to the next project in due time. For the moment, let's just keep doing this. Yep, okay. And then here, I guess we're gonna have to start there. It'll land on that island a little bit as well, and then another one there. So let's just go up. I can hear a spider. There's a cave underneath here somewhere, fairly close to the surface apparently. But I'm not worried about that right now. Right. So then there's that. And I need more dirt. It's not going to be dirt. Like the final thing's not going to be dirt. Obviously, this is just to figure things out. You know, using the dirt to see how things look in the game before we finalize it. Maybe I should move that forward a bit. Yes, I should. Let me just grab more dirt anyway. Yeah, so you can see that bridge there. It's going to be slightly different. Like that's more of an arch, whereas these things are more, you know, straight and diagonals and all that. I think it'll look fine. Like it's not going to be a problem with how it looks. Let's see, grab more of this stuff. Surprising how much dirt you use. Or if you do what I do, which is to use the dirt as a temporary either scaffolding or just to work things out before you build it for real, which is what I do all the time. There's a lot of material here. Anyway, I want to move this forward a bit because, as I said earlier, I'm going to have most of this solid, but in the middle I'm going to have like an open space where you can walk through, so that if you're on the island and you want to get to the other side, you can't, you know, you don't have to swim around the bridge, you can just walk through a little tunnel here. You can hear the zombies too, like they're just underneath here apparently. The cave is pretty close to the surface. Let's move this. Not that. So we do that. See, even that might be a little too... Oops. A little bit too close to the center. Let's just move it completely forward. Just get rid of all this. I mean, the reason I use dirt for this stuff, obviously you can see how easy it is to change it again. Whereas if I'm using cobblestone or other blocks, you know, straight away, if you wanna, you know, if you change your idea or if you wanna change anything at all, then it's a lot more work to do that. And I guess you can fill that in. Yeah, so there's more space underneath there. It might not be apparent, like I'm kind of describing what I'm gonna do, but you know, I have in my mind what I imagine it's gonna be like. And you know, it's kind of difficult to communicate to you guys exactly what's in my head, except to, you know, build it and then you can see it. So, I mean, if you imagine, or if you don't know what I'm, you know, if you're not quite sure what I'm thinking at the moment, well, you're gonna find out once I build it, I guess. I guess that's the only way to do that. See that? That's alright, yep, cool. And then the island in the middle. It actually cut across, you know, the edge of the island. I was thinking maybe it might be... oh well, it doesn't matter now. I guess that's fine over here as well. Now, since the island is there, might as well put it right there. And I've also been thinking about how wide I should make it as well. So right now there's like, it's like 3 blocks wide there, and also kind of 3 blocks, but it's diagonal, so it's like 2 or something. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit wider, so it'll be 7 blocks wide, including the edges. So the actual path will only be 5 blocks wide, and then there'll be 2 more blocks on either side. That's where the the railings or whatever. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. But if you fail. Did I do this wrong? I did. Okay, I see. It needs to be wow. Yeah, so there's the 5 blocks, which is gonna be the path, and then 2 more blocks for the railings on either side for the bridge. So that's how wide I'm gonna make it. So imagine that, like I said, it'll be like 3 times as wide as that. So if you imagine, add the same width again on both sides. So it'll be a decent width, but not too wide. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to shift that over 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, don't want those. Right, so we fill in a little bit. Extend the island just a couple of blocks out. And then there on one side. And I need to remember to put enough torches down to stop things from spawning as well. You can see I got a bone in my inventory because, earlier on I was building the bridge and then a skeleton spawned and then all that. And a zombie as well, I don't know if he's still around. So let me just put some torches down when I remember it. Probably need one like there and there. Alright, so the bridge goes up and then down and then up and then down that way. Over there, imagine that part will be solid. So it will be solid and then up and down. It's actually looking fairly good already. I'm quite happy about how it's turning out already. Okay, so the last bit is the straight bit going, what's that? That's east? Yeah, that's east. That's where the sun rises in the game. So there's the east,